you, Senator Cantwell, and thank you, Mr. Buttigieg, for being here today. I first off would like to just make a couple comments. Senator Cantwell spoke about the Jones Act, and I am so privileged to represent the state of Nebraska in the United States Senate, and we are the only triple landlocked state in the Union. And I am also a strong supporter of the Jones Act and recognize the need for it, and it is vital for the security of this country. Also, Senator Blunt brought up comments about the recent ruling by the Ninth Circuit, and I would just like to associate myself with his comments. I think it is a decision that is important for the movement of our goods and services, and I believe it is also recognizing the safety involved in that. But it is good to have you here today, Mr. Buttigieg. Last week, NHTSA issued a final rule updating certain definitions in vehicle crashworthiness standards to account for automated and passenger-less vehicles. They also said this is part of a series of actions it is taking to modernize the federal vehicle standards for new technologies. What are your thoughts on this NHTSA final rule?
Well, automated vehicle technology is coming. It's advancing very quickly. It is something that holds the potential to be transformative, and I think in many ways policy has not kept up. I haven't had a chance to evaluate this last step in detail, but I look forward to digging in on that and more broadly, making sure that we're acting so that on the policy side, we are ready for all of the things that automated vehicles are going to bring to our roads and to our economy.
That's great, because we all know that we need to re-examine some of our current regulatory framework, and I think that means that flexibilities in these regulations have to be exercised if we're going to continue seeing emerging technologies have government keep up with the advancement that we see in the private sector. Also last week, PHMSA announced a pilot program to study providing truck drivers with greater flexibility in split sleeper berth requirements. Various groups representing truck carriers and drivers, including the Teamsters, have indicated support for this type of flexibility in comments to the agencies. Do you know about this proposed pilot program, and what are your thoughts on that?
So I'd want to take a closer look at this and engage with the stakeholders as well to make sure I understand how this pilot program squares the goals of worker and traveler safety with the goals of flexibility.
I always think it's important when we can bring a variety of stakeholders together. Transportation infrastructure is an issue that receives strong support across this country and within the Senate as well. So it's in our interest as a government to be able to take those comments from all stakeholders in looking at any issue. When we spoke the other day, sir, I brought up an issue about truck haulers of agricultural commodities, including livestock haulers, and to be able to provide them with some flexibility in their hours of service requirements. In 2018, I offered a bipartisan amendment to provide 150 air mile radius hours of service exemption on the destination of a haul, as well as eliminating what is known as seasonality limitation of hours of service exemption. And a bill that I introduced last year, the Halls Act, addressed these issues as well. When we had our conversation, I spoke about the challenges in moving live animals, perishable products, and it's not easy to find places to be able to unload a potload of cattle, for example, and get them off a truck, have them in some kind of facility in a pen, and then reload them. that's puts more stress on animals than is necessary, and certainly more stress than is advisable. So that is something that I hope you and I can work on together for the ag industry, the livestock industry, make sure that they have the needed flexibility and that their hours of service. I hope you will commit to looking at that and working with us on that.
Thank you. That was a memorable point during our conversation that sometimes our policies can't tell the difference between live animals and other cargo, and it's one of the things I'm eager to look into and to work with you on as well.
Well, thank you. I look forward to your confirmation and appreciate again the conversations that we've had and look forward to more in the future. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Cantwell.
Thank you.